22! Hey guys, this is going to be the last video for this chapter test here. Aren't you happy? Throw the textbooks up in the air, do whatever you want. Hopefully not bad. And 22. So force of 90 pounds. So force 90 pounds is applied at an angle of 50 degrees at 50 degrees above the horizon to push a cart 55 feet. Push 55 feet. This is a work problem. They want you to find the amount of work that is done. And if we go back to our formulas, the work says that, where's my trusty formula sheet? Okay, it's failing, but I remember the formula. Which says that the cosine of the angle, which is 50 degrees, times the magnitude of the force, which is 90 pounds, which they already gave you. I'll write the general formula first. So cosine of theta times magnitude of force times magnitude of whatever else it is. It's a vector actually in this case, so PQ. That's what the name they give it. It doesn't necessarily have to be PQ all the time, but that's what it is. So now we just plug in the values that were given. So cosine of 50 degrees times the force, which is 90 pounds, times 55 feet. And we plug all that stuff into our calculator, and it should produce an answer of 3182 foot-pounds. And that term is really derived from your feet and your pounds, foot-pounds. 3182, let me just check that. Cosine of 50 times 90 times 55. Yeah, 3181.79, which does round to 3182. Just writing that down in case you don't get an exact answer and get scared. Anyway, that'll be your answer for the work. You have to memorize that formula too. This is a bit tedious to have to memorize all these formulas. Not exactly sure what else you can do other than that. So we move on. 23. Okay, so you're given these answer choices. 3, negative 5i. That's going to be answer choice A. Answer choice B is negative 8 plus 2i. Answer choice C is 4 minus 5i. And answer choice D is 7 minus 3i. So now they want you to find the point which is the farthest from the origin. And this is in the complex plane. So in the complex plane you have this axis, hopefully you can see that, where the x-axis is your real component and your y-axis is the imaginary component. Imag and real. Okay, so real component is the x-axis, imaginary component is the y-axis. So you have all these, you can graph them out if you wish, or you could do it by finding the absolute values or the distances from the origins themselves. So it's just like finding a magnitude. We're going to call it R because that's what you have to use eventually. It's the square root of 9 plus 25. And again, that's 3 squared plus negative 5 squared. Negative 5 turns positive when you square a number. And the square root of that, which is the square root of 34. Let's just leave that there for now. This one, square root of 64 plus 4. Square root of 68. Leave that for now. Square root of 20 plus 25. Square root of 45. No, that's not right. 16, sorry. My mind is totally gone. Square root of 16 plus 25 is the square root of 41. And this one's square root of 49 plus 9. Square root of 58. Square root of 58. Now you compare all of these. So you've got square root of 34, square root of 68, square root of 41, and square root of 58. And whichever one is greater is going to be your answer. I'm saying that it's B. And that's your answer, B. 24, yay, 2 left, okay. This is a tough one, okay. They give you a point on an axis, and you count down, which is 1, 2, 3, -2. That's the location, so -3, and 2 down is negative, so -2i, that's the imaginary component. Right? So -3 minus 2i, that's the location of this point in standard form. Now, this is a little tricky, you have to understand. Standard form is when it's a plus bi. That's just like this one is -3 minus 2i as it's shown. And trigonometric form, or trigonometric form, or the polar form, is considered when it's r times cosine of theta plus I sine of theta. And you would think that they want this as it's more difficult, but in the question itself, for question 24, they say standard form. So this is it. This is your answer. You just have to find the point. But in all likelihood, there's going to be a question on there which says they're going to give you the standard form. They want you to write the trig form, and to do that, you first have to get the angle. I'm going to do it right now. This is not. I'm going to say this right now. This is not on the partner review, but it's good to know as you might have a question on that. So you have to find this angle. You really just have to fill this chart here, or this formula, so you can get your trigonometric form. And to do that, you do arctangent, because you're going to use this to get an theta again. This is just like vectors of arctangent of -2 over -3, which is 33.69, sorry. And third quadrant, -3, -2 is third quadrant, add 180, and you get 213.69, and that would get you your angle. And then if you wanted to get that r that's out in front, let me see if I find it. I lost it now. I'm fairly certain it's just the... What was that? Okay. Well, R, you just use the... Come on. Yeah, R is just the absolute value, so use the distance formula again. Sorry it took so long to figure that out. But R is going to be the square root of 9 plus 4, square root of 13. And this is, again, not on the partner review, but it's good to know. Square root of 13 times cosine of this angle, 213.69, plus I sine of 213.69. And that's my little tangent of the day. If you get a tangent, which is an external connection. Anyway, 25, last question on the review. 14 times the cosine of 27 degrees, note that, 27 degrees plus I sine of 27 degrees. I want you to write that in standard form. This is trigonometric form like I just showed you up here, and you want to write it in standard form. To do that, you really just apply this. So you do 14 times the cosine of 27, and that'll give you 12.47, and then 14 times the sine of 27, which is 6.6, and you are done. If you look at answer choice A, it looks just like this, 12.47 plus I 6.36. And yeah, so that's the end of the partner review. Thanks for watching. This will be the last chapter I decided to make a video on the last chapter. That's what I did, I guess. Again, thanks for watching, and hopefully this will help you get a better grade on the test or understand some of the concepts. Bye-bye.